Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Torment, Tides of Numenera. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today here in the Ascension. That's right, that's where we are right now. We're in the Ascension, and we're talking to Doran over here. Apparently, he is a prophet of the Changing God, and he wants to know what my business here is. I could tell him that Dracogen sent me, which is the case, but to be honest, I'm just looking for a circlet of dark hyaline material known as the magnetic amulet. I'm not gonna mispronounce that, I'm sorry. Have you seen anything like that? He raises his eyebrows. Well, now that is interesting business. Well, sadly, I cannot help you. We have seen nothing but pretty lights. To be honest, I think that's all there is to this place. Oh, also, what does it mean that you're a prophet of the Changing God? A title only, he says, bowing his head in momentary respect. The cultists of the Changing God believe I have a special connection, because I found some well-hidden secrets of your father's once. Between you and me, I just got lucky. What secrets did you find? He waves you off modestly. Nothing that would interest you, an old workshop... Oh, no, wait, an old workshop of his with some trinkets. I don't understand any of it, but the cultists were ecstatic. They drafted me as prophet and confiscated everything. Well, everything I didn't sell first. Fair compensation for my efforts, you know. Are you related to the cult of the Changing God in Sagas Cliffs? We are cultists of the Changing God, yes, though I'm afraid we have little to do with our colleagues in Sagas Cliffs. There is not a lot of oversight between our churches. But what are you doing here in Ascension? Seeking, he says in a studied, casual tone. We have it on good, though possibly outdated authority, that this place holds more of your father's secrets. We found nothing yet, however. Until we do, we are enjoying the sights and the silence. The crystals and the lights. Well, our pursuits have taken us to less pleasant places. What can you tell me about this place? Very little, he says, blinking. There are crystals, there are lights, there is no one to talk to, and little value to find. It's a lovely world, but I fear we may be wasting our time here. Are you sure you can tell me anything? There is little to tell. It's a beautiful place, but devoid of life. Okay, farewell. And farewell to you. But you do have a companion, and she is exquisitely dressed like you. Why does he look... Oh, because I was looking at him. Okay, my bad. Oh, yeah, he's exquisitely dressed. Hello, sir. I serve the prophet, Doran. Speak to him, not me. Hey,
What's on your mind?
Not much. So... Yeah, that's it for now. This tall, lithe man... Oh, it's a man. Sorry. I'm in the ceiling. Don't expect me to see everything. This tall, lithe man has an unkempt shock of bright red hair. His skin is ashen, as if colored by the dust of old tomes. It's been a long time since he's seen a real sun. His smile is thin and twitching, and a demented light burns in his eyes. Another cast-off, he says with a sneer. Another echo. Who are you? Asclarian, he says the name proudly, as if you should have heard of him. I act. He falls silent, his eyes glittering with contempt. You act? The prophet Doran hears, he says, nodding at the man standing nearby. And depending on what he hears, I act. He eyes you, fingers curling at his side. So, you do what Doran says? No, he says sharply. I act on his words. That sounds like a lot like taking orders to me. It would to you, he snarls. One of his eyes is twitching now. You don't know what we are. We do not tumble about the world like you do, inflicting little damages or claiming to be more than we are. We listen. We decide. He takes a long shuddering breath, calming himself. Then we act, but no one tells us to do so. Can you tell me anything about Ascension? I can, but I won't. The prophet Doran will decide what you are allowed to know. Echo? Why'd you call me an echo? The strong are those who act, he says, closing his eyes as if quoting from memory. They change the world, break the sky with their thunder. His eyes open, dark and disdainful. And then there is the echo, a weak imitation of the source's fury, claiming to be more important than it is. Cast-offs are echoes of him, and deserve none of his glory. I've heard of other cultists who worship the echoes, he thinks. Fools, all of them. The source is what matters. That's a very interesting question. Although it is not immediately the question that I'm thinking of, it is kind of similar to the question between the distinction between the creature and the creator. And that distinction is more to do with art than not actually. I'm not talking about God or anything, or creationism or anything like that. I'm talking about the distinction between, you know, who's more important, the artist or the pieces of art that he makes. In this case, it is more to do with God and creationism and all that, but still, it kind of is like that same issue, maybe? Yeah, there are many cast-offs, I say. Even if you think we're weaker than our father, which we probably are, don't we have a large effect on the world? Yes, he says, raising his eyebrows. His lips twitch again. Certainly, an echo has power of its own. It can shake mountainsides, create avalanches that bury villages. And he smirks at you. It doesn't make the echo clever. An echo simply goes where it is sent. They're all the same, he thinks. They all want to impact the world, while their father simply does. Well, actually, your comparison there is very, very weak. You shouldn't start drawing comparisons on what an echo is, because you're just it either goes to the point where it's a straw man argument, or it's just complete nonsense. The sound is the sound. It doesn't matter. Everything is we call an echo because it's like, it's all sound. It's an echo. The sound is the echo of itself. It's like, anyway, it's all sound. So that comparison makes no sense. I'm looking for a circlet of dark hyaline material. It's called the magnetic amulet. Have you seen it? He shakes his head slowly, his eyes never leaving yours. So you think all cast-offs are echoes of the changing god. What are you then? A man like him. A man of action. Okay, sure, whatever. Just you act. What we have over here. This shelter is built from a variety of exotic materials, synth steel, pliable metals, and adamant silk. It looks like it's been here for a long time and has probably served many different groups or explorers. Okay, let's continue going this way because there's really no other way for us to go. Let me look at the map as well. Yeah, there's the builder over there. Okay, and there was I talking about creators and arts and all that sort of stuff, and we have the builder over there. This looks like something out of Frozen or something. What is this? This massive crystalline structure looks like a shrine of some sort. Colored lights float about inside, each one like a tiny galaxy trapped within the crystal. As you approach, the crystal begins to hum. The resonations shake your skull. The humming shifts and increases until you hear a voice. Revel. The bright voice echoes directly in your mind. It stutters, uncertain, like someone trying to remember how to speak. Greetings, patterned one. I am the speaker. Welcome to the ascension of Kexlianish. I am sorry, but the oracle no longer exists. The lights pulse once, then a much deeper voice emanates from the crystal. Revelation. The oracle was immortal. Time was the weapon that killed her. Anytime I hear somebody that I don't know being referred to her now, it might just be the first cast-off. But, and it makes sense that it would be because there are secrets here of the changing god, so, but yeah, the oracle was immortal, so that's another point right there. Time was the weapon that killed her, which is interesting because we haven't been given that, or time, as a weapon, I don't think. Something clicks or cracks within the crystal, and it speaks with a bright voice again. I regret that without the oracle I will have very few answers for you, but I will do what I can. The thoughts you receive from the structure are not like any thoughts you have experienced before. They come fast and incomprehensible, but more than that, they come from all around you, from underneath and even above you. It's as if you can hear the thoughts of an entire world through the speaker. Okay, so the speaker, is it like a speaker column, like a thing? Or is it an actual person that speaks? Why did you call me the patterned one? Well, that seems pretty simple, doesn't it? A few of the lights pull together, creating a glowing circle in the air. No, not a circle, a pentagon like your tattoo. Is it a pentagon? I guess it is. Patterns are what we do. Patterned one. Oh, that's the comma. Yeah, patterns are what we do, patterned one. Life is pattern, and your life more than most. Your thoughts hold a certain shape, a shape I've seen before. And the light twirls and chime wistfully. A man came through here long ago. He did some work here, I believe. Or maybe came to hide something or find something. He never revealed to me his true purpose. Okay, I'm looking for something my sire hid. Do you know where I might start? I apologize, but I do not. Investigation was not my specialization. Only speaking. And the crystal vibrates once the deep voice speaks. Revelation. The speaker can speak to all sentients, even those that did not exist at the time of its creation. You said revelation in a different voice. What does that mean? You are mistaken. Speakers are not authorized to grant revelations without the oracle's permission, and the oracle is no more. You hear another crack from the deep voice within the crystal, as harsh as ice breaking underfoot. The deep voice speaks again. Revelation. The speaker cannot hear itself give revelations. It stutters and falls silent for a moment before saying in the bright voice, I wish that I did have some revelation for you, Pattern One. Alas, that time is long past. Okay, so he can't hear himself say revelations. He might not know that he can actually give me revelations because he's doing that. He says he can't, he says he doesn't know anything, but yeah. So do you know anything about the other humans over there, Doran and his companions? I do not, nor do they know anything about me. I will not speak with them. What? Its answer is surprisingly curt. Why? The lights inside the crystal dim slightly. I do not trust them. They don't taste right. You hear a sound in your mind remarkably like a clucking tongue. I cannot explain it. Revelation, the deep voice adds, above a chorus of brittle snaps from within its body. The speaker tastes a strange pattern to one of the humans. Two patterns of thought, where there should be one. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm gonna need to talk to them again. What does he mean that you are the speaker? Well, my full title was once the speaker for the Oracle of Kesh-Lianish. It says the name with soft reverence. I heard questions from pilgrims, relayed them to the Oracle, and then conveyed the Oracle's answers via revelation. I gave wisdom to this entire world, and the crystal's light dims. Now I speak for no one, and I have few answers to give. The deeper voice speaks again. Revelation. When the speaker dreams, it dreams of weeping. Sometimes the tears are made of light. Others, tiny black gems. Can you read my thoughts? No, but I can taste them. Among other things, that's how I know to speak your language. Oh, so that's pretty awesome. What was the oracle? What? Shouldn't I ask who? But yeah, what? You are standing on it. Or rather, what remains of it. The Kesh-Lianish built the oracle to answer the most difficult questions of existence. The voice grows wistful. Then the Lianish left. The oracle remained for 100,000 years or so before it broke down, I suppose. All that's left of the oracle are the Phobits. Several sharp clacks resound within the crystal. The deeper voice says, the Phobits were not always sentient. Cogitation. Would they have become so if the oracle had not chosen disintegration? Okay, first off, if I'm standing on the oracle, how is it a her? Unless this is just a big, huge person that was frozen or something. But then, how am I standing on it if the oracle chose disintegration? What was the oracle? No, I can't. I'm gonna say that. What was the oracle again? The wisest intelligence in thousands of worlds. It was a crystalline brain, built out of the entirety of the Ascension, where you are now. The Lianish built it to answer their most difficult questions. Now the oracle is gone. Okay, so it's a brain made out of crystal. That's an interesting thing. It's also weird because crystals actually, the way crystals are made, it's been theorized that they can actually hold information, but not process information. It hasn't been theorized that you can process information. It's actually pretty interesting because of the way crystals actually work. You can hold like a lot of data in just a little stone, and of course getting it out of there is another matter, but it's still, I don't know too much about that, but that's interesting. What are Phobits? I've heard of that name before. That seems like Final Fantasy thing or something. I don't know. I know. I mentioned Final Fantasy. Don't worry, it's fine. If you like Final Fantasy, that's okay. If you don't, that's fine as well. I personally have only played Fantasy Tactics, and I don't. Anyway, the lights dance within the crystal because, you know, anyway, let's not dwell about that. The lights dance within the crystal in a manner you can only interpret as proud. We are the Phobits. The sparkling lights you see inside some of the crystals. If the oracle... Oh. So the guys I shooed away the other crystals were these guys. Yeah, if the Oracle was a brain, then we were its neurons. Each one of us had our own job, our own specialization. You can't speak to the others, of course. That is to say, they're perfectly intelligent, but they are entirely unaware of you. The only reason you and I can speak is because of my role as speaker. The others weren't made for communication or perception. And the speaker throbs. The deep voice cuts into the air. Common Phobits were used to store activation states and simple information. Some may still react to basic physical stimuli. Yeah, that's what I observed as well. If the other Phobits are sentient, then could you speak to them for me? Or at least make them aware of my presence? Oh, of course, but they know nothing. I don't see what interpreting would... And the speaker trails off, pulsing thoughtfully. No, there is a way they can help. Several Phobits in the area were in charge of transmission tracts. Communication pathways connecting the Oracle's smaller subsystems. When the Oracle passed, those pathways became obsolete, and their Phobits quiescent. But those tracts could serve as bridges to help you explore the area. The deep voice booms. Like humans, the Leonish also requires physical structures for traversal. Only a few Phobits specialize in areas requiring this knowledge. The speaker is not among them. And the speaker's voice returns. Try to interact with the Phobits. When you do, I'll ask them to activate or deactivate. They may not all be as helpful as we'd like, but I think you'll figure some way to get around. Okay, well, it's all fine. What happened to Leonish? I do not know. They left one day, abandoning the Ascension entirely. Perhaps they ascended to a higher form of life. In any case, they did not need the Oracle anymore. Okay, well, farewell. Farewell, Pattern 1. Indeed. Actually, I want to see... Oh, my... It's still golden blue. I think I did too many golden blue things to just go away from there. I kind of wanted to go for the white tide, for just the tide that's not attuned to anything. But, and actually, I think I've been doing some of that work. I don't know what the opposite side is of that. Wait a minute. Does it not look like it's very tiny? The dominant tide? Or... I would need to reload previous saves to see what that is, but I'm not gonna... I could do that right now. I have the saves at my hand, but I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna see what's going on here. Doran, I've heard really bad things about one of your guys. It's gotta be that guy with the armor. He smells. Hello again, Cast-Off, Doran says, nodding at you. You don't hear any thoughts from his mind at all. It's just quiet, as if something is carefully and silently listening from the dark reaches of your head. So I spoke with the crystal shrine over there. It says this place is filled with sentient beings called Phobits. He gives you a flat, disbelieving stare. Suddenly he bursts into laughter. Ha! You're jesting. I see. No. Friend, we have explored this entire area. We are the only sentients in this place. Well, yeah, the crystalline being I mentioned says that one of you has 2 patterns of thoughts in their head. Oh, how alarming, Doran says with a smirk. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Okay. So, he's either an idiot or he's the one. Hey, Clarion. Look at this, he says apparently to no one. The echo came back. Yay. Okay, well, I'll see you later. He's definitely all of one pattern. Can't really do much. I can go this way. Okay. Oh my, what is that? Got a floating cube? I love floating cubes. Who doesn't love floating cubes? Let's see what that is. Warmth radiates from this device, providing relief from the frigid air. It could be the equivalent of a campfire, or it could be some other long-forgotten purpose, or both. Okay, so first thing, these guys, I can't tell them to go away, so that, I could probably read something of the game's intention in that. Because these guys are quite clearly stranded in here, or they were, anyway. Ooh. Patience everlasting. Oh my god, this is the best thing that any man or woman, I say man, I'll explain why I said any person could ever find. Just imagine you in your old age as you lose all the patience that you ever had when you were a kid, and then you have this. Patience everlasting. The polished pearlescent surface of this crystal shimmers, a faint glow illuminating it from within. When touched by another object, a seemingly random color blooms from the point of contact, with the potential for it to overtake all of the crystal's hue. Pressing another object before the change is complete summons what? Oh, before the change is complete, summons another color, and when the two meet, they blend into a third. The crystal will eventually turn black, resisting all further change until reset to an opaque shade of ivory. Yeah, the reason why I said man or woman is because if I said man, it could be just the grumpy old man. This is the stereotype with some biological and cultural reasons for the grumpy old guy. I mean, there's many explanations and many reasons why people, men in particular, become grumpy when they grow old, but women do that as well, just to a lesser extent, and I didn't want to specify that it was for a grumpy old man, but that is the perfect remedy for a grumpy old man, but for a grumpy old woman as well. Let's see what this is. Even as it floats weightless in the air, the megalith bespeaks a demantine heft. So, for sure. So a lot of words right there, monsieur. Very fine of you to say stuff like that. Perhaps because of its contrast with the surrounding crystals. The stone bleeds need, even hunger, and a telepathic whisper rasps the thought product in your mind. What do you want? Product. I only. No other. Give, I only. Return happy bubbles. What product? Please tell me what you want. The only response is the thought, product, grating in your mind. Try to read its mind to understand what it wants. You don't hear any thoughts from the megalith beyond what it projects to you. If there is a mind here to read, it is impenetrable. Let's study it first. Or second, I guess. Oh. Although from a distance it seems to be a single stone. That's a weird gap over there. Up close you can see that it is covered in many small scales, each inscribed with a different pattern, whorls and loops and arches as distinct as those of fingerprints. Whether it is a mechanical construct of living being or something else entirely, it is unclear. You know what I think this is? This is a billboard. It's what it is, a psychic billboard. Because it does sound like a lot like that. Doesn't it? Doesn't it? Pull off the scale. I don't even know what that means, but I am gonna do that. Let's see if I can do some... Oh, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Perfect. Ow. Well, I was the one to take damage, but anyway. Digging your fingers deep under the scale, you reap and... What scale? What scale is mentioned here? Oh, many small scales. Oh, pull off a scale, not the scale. I misread it. Yeah, so I took a little bit of, well, many of those. Digging your fingers deep under the scale, you rip and tug with all your strength. At last, the scale snaps off, revealing a tube-like fistula leading into the megalith's interior. As a small object rolls out of the tube, your mind explodes with the megalith's outrage. No, no! Bad hatchling! No bubbles! Then its thoughts fall silent. The floating megalith you encountered, it's very expensive. You encountered in the Ascension spat out this random collection of crystals. They appear similar in nature to Ascension crystals. While they have no apparent function, you should be able to sell them for some shins. For quite a lot of shins, actually. Huh. The other scales press more tightly against the megalith, and a thin, oily coat seeps over them. No more prying will be possible. I wonder if it says product still. The battened down megalith does not deign to recognize your presence. Okay, he doesn't like me. Oh boy. Doesn't matter. I got what I needed. And what is wrong with you, Tibir? Why are you so glowy? Don't be so glowy. It's not the appropriate time for that. Okay, so where do I need to go? Oh yeah, there's gonna be bridges. So, oh yeah, now I can activate these things. Hello, Mr. Phobit. Can you please, I'm gonna look it up. I want to know what that is. That Phobit thing. I'm writing it down right in there. So, a bridge opened over here. And we have more. There's, I think there's more. Yep. Looks like there's more. More bridges, I mean. Take that. Just a bunch of things. What about this one? Where would it lead? Then... What is this thing for, if not to open that? I don't... This crystalline structure is distinct from all the others. It looks older, more fundamental, but by no means basic. It is one of the more complex structures you've seen in this place. Large portions of its glow emitting a low rumbling hum that you can feel in your chest. Blurry lights flit across the surface of its largest gems. Are you a Phobit? A wave of force pulses out of the crystalline structure. Your body shudders with the impact, even though you hear nothing. Can you speak? The crystals release another single pulse, jolting your body. You get the strong impression that the pulse means yes. Huh. This Phobit is not like any others you've seen. It may not have the communication qualities of the speaker, but it is trying to talk to you nonetheless. So what is your function? A glow dims slightly and the blurry lights on the gem surfaces disappear. You realize they weren't lights at all, but images the Phobit was trying to show you. When they reappear, they show a flat crystalline plane. Then, one by one, shards emerge. They bud and sprout into the shape of other Phobits. As you watch, they continue growing, creating reaches, walkways, stairs. In one corner, you see the speaker flower out the crystals. In a matter of seconds, this entire region of the Ascension has taken shape in the image before you. This Phobit built it all. Yeah, I got that impression, yeah. So, I'm looking for a circlet of dark hyaline material, the magnetic amulet. Have you seen it? The large crystal pulses once. Oh, awesome. An image appears of a human figure walking through the Ascension into a cave. The details are too fuzzy to make out who it is, but presumably he has the amulet. After a while, he leaves the cave. The images move quickly then, crystals growing and shrinking as time passes. Suddenly, the entire image shakes, and the cave entrance is gone. When the cave entrance closes, it doesn't look like a simple collapse. Crystals grow up from the ground, as if they are intentionally blocking the way inside. So, why did you close the cave? The violet light dims for a moment, and an ominous pulse shudders through your body. An image appears of some kind of multi-legged, clawed creature you've never seen before. So, show me the creature in that cave again. The violet light dims again. The Phobit shows you an image of the multi-legged, clawed creature. It appears to be devouring solid crystal shards. Oh, so I can help it. Awesome. So you closed the cave, didn't you? Can you open it again for me? The light within the crystals freeze in place, and the humming of the Phobit ceases. It stays motionless for some time. Finally, you feel the single pulse of force through your body. Yes. You feel the ground rumble under your feet. After a few moments, the vibration ceases, and the Phobit shows you an image of the cave. The crystals that blocked the entrance are gone. Okay, well, I know where to go. Farewell. You feel 2 quick pulses through your body, then the crystal structures grows still. Oh. Was that a goodbye? Or was that a no? As in negation. Goodbye could be construed as a negation, I guess. Maybe. Anyway, we're out of time, so we're going to need to look for that cave that I suppose is over there in the next episode. For now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Torment. Tides of Numenera. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.